But why why was that joy there when my mom passed away that day? And now when, I don't feel that with her death.
The joy was there because in that moment there was, although you would not have formulated it in this way at the time, but there was like an intuitive recognition of who your mother really is. You thought she was about to die, and then when she died, you realized that what she really is didn't die. You were expecting to be sad because you were expecting her to die or disappear. And there was this recognition, what she truly is has not died or disappeared, so you felt joyful instead of sorrowful. Now, you wouldn't have formulated it like that to yourself, and it's not necessary to formulate it at all. But that is why I think you felt... Could you move over? Sorry. Can you move? That's it. That's why when you expected to feel that joy, when you expected to feel sadness, you felt that joy. You were relieved of the burden of my mother is disappearing.
Yeah, that feels right. And in fact, when I've questioned myself, and that's the only thing that I could think of, and I've reflected on that the last few days. And it made me wonder if the opposite is true for the times we think, for example, on the negative feelings.
Yes, for instance, the reason you feel sad now about your mother, but you didn't then when she died, is because now, when you think of your mother, you think of a person that existed then. So you've made her a person again, and that person has disappeared, so you now feel sad. But if you were to find your mother in your heart, find the love that you and your mother shared, which was, after all, that's what your relationship with your mother was. It was made out of the love that you shared. If you find that in your heart, in other words, if you really felt, my mother is alive as my very own self at the center of my heart, as the love that I feel, that is my mother, then there would be no sadness. And that's what you experienced when she died. That's why you were joyful when she died. But now you are sad because you are looking back on her as a person.
So it's recognizing or being the essence of the relation as opposed to the idea of the relation.
Was not love the essence of your relationship with your mother?
Mm-hmm.
Where has that love gone? Has it gone?
No.
Has it diminished in any way? No. That love is your mother. Without that love, you wouldn't even remember your mother. There would be no sorrow. Feel that your mother is present in your heart as that love. Find her in your heart. And that is actually what happened to you when she died. You realized what she truly is, the essence of what she is, hasn't died. The experience of love with your mother is the experience of your shared being. Your shared being is still present.
So taking that understanding of the essence of a relationship, how can that be translated in other areas of actually living the day-to-day and interrelating with,
Well, just hold this understanding in your heart when you relate with people, if you're particularly loved ones. Don't make them an object of your love. Just hold this feeling understanding in your heart when you're relating to them, and leave them completely free as people. Don't have any expectations of them. Don't make any demands of them. Just feel this, feel your shared being. Feel this love with them, but leave them outwardly, leave them completely free.
And in terms of the trust aspect and the courage aspect, I think for me it requires a lot of trust in the design of the world. And I'm wondering, basically it's just experimenting with living as if everyone is living as if, and seeing what happens and having the courage to do that?
Yes. Before you relate with anyone, feel in your heart that who they essentially are and who you essentially are is the same being. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to smile sweetly at everyone, because it may well be that the person you are relating to doesn't realize that they and you are the same being, so their behavior may not express this understanding. And if it doesn't, you don't have to smile sweetly at them. There is a case for saying, no, that's not acceptable, or even stronger on rare occasions. But still, even so, even if you have to say no to someone, if you have to reject their behavior, or still you hold this understanding in your heart that you and the other are essentially the same being, and that feeling understanding will condition your response to the person, whatever their behavior, and it will give you the best possible, it will give the relationship the best possible chance of evolving in loving, intelligent ways. And if the relationship is not evolving in loving and intelligent ways, it will give you the best possible chance of acting appropriately in the situation.
And the aspect we talked about with choice, and no choice and no free will, and I feel that, and I also feel then, in a sense, even our own love for the truth not in our control. That in some ways, by just letting go and
Yes, you're right. Did anybody here do anything to earn their love of the truth? Or were we just given it? We're just given it. That's just a gift from God, a gift that should be treasured and nurtured.